Greetings, Big Brother fans. It is Friday, July 10th. I am currently in the LaGuardia International Airport waiting to fly home after my whirlwind trip to New York for the premiere party. I actually tried to record a podcast this morning before I left my hotel room, and guess what? It didn't take. So we're going to do it again as quick as I can here while I wait for my flight, and hopefully it doesn't get too noisy here. So for those of you that were paying attention and checking, I did post on Twitter last night. I went live on Twitch. I went live on Twitch last night and talked about my experience at the party. Good time. Had a really good time. Got to talk to people that I'd never met before. Got to see people. Got some pictures. Posted them on Blue Sky and on Instagram. And a couple I posted on Twitter even. I'm going to lock my Twitter account probably tonight. And I probably won't post much of that. But overall, the TV show episode was I mean, we kind of knew what was going to happen. We actually heard yesterday who has already won the first head of household. That isn't shown on last night's episode. But we do know that Dee from Survivor won the first head of household. By the way, she isn't even announced on the show yet as far as... I don't think... It hasn't been officially announced that she's on the show. It's going to happen on Unlocked tonight. But we do officially know that she's one head of household through Dingo. So we know she's in the house, right? So they pulled a little bit of a fast one. I don't remember if I talked about this before, but they announced that only the 3 celebrities. Jason from Drag Race is not being counted as a celebrity. I don't think he's telling people he's been on Drag Race. So he's kind of going in as just a regular old player. So they will have 3 celebrity players, if you want to look at it that way, being Angela and Rick Devens, and Dee. Those will be the 3. And they competed for immunity last night, or for head of household last night. And again, they competed for head of household, we think yesterday. If not yesterday, the day before. It doesn't really matter. Dee won it. They showed it last night, the beginning of the competition, but Dee wasn't in the house yet. And they had Rachel come into the house. And Rachel came into the house like she was going to be on the show. And then they had this big dramatic thing where they basically had her killed by a velociraptor, the velociraptor pushing her to a volcano. No, you can't make this stuff up. It is very, very much campy and tongue-in-cheek and yeah, whatever. So me, myself, I didn't watch the episode until very late last night after I got home from the party because I could hardly see what was going on the show itself while I was in the venue. All in all, last night's show, I don't know. You got to meet the house guests. We'd already seen all of their interviews. You know, they showed a little bit extra. They did 3 immunity competitions, so 3 of the 14 gained immunity, and those 3 were Chuck, Rome, and Jason. So Chuck, Rome, and Jason are all safe from being nominated today. Nominations are probably happening today on Friday. The feeds are going to go live at 9 p.m., and at that point we'll probably know or be able to figure out who was nominated, and then they will do their battle back, they'll do the POV competition tomorrow, probably have nominations, have the power veto ceremony on Monday, and yeah. So I'm sorry I'm a bit scattered. I did a really good job of that this morning, and then it turned out I wasn't talking to anybody but myself. So what else to tell you as far as the party goes? Again, very cool party. Got to talk quite a bit with a few people. Talked a lot, actually, quite a bit with Monica from season 2. And so that was cool. I've talked to her before when I've been there, so it was very cool talking to her. I met Shuby from The Circle. Talked to him. Well, I turned out he'd played Sequester at some point. I don't remember the game he played in, but he said he played. As I had mentioned before, I got to meet just regular old folks. What Up Tim, who is very well known in the Rob Has a Podcast universe. He and I actually hung out a little bit, went to dinner with his wife and him. And who else? Who else did I talk to? I talked to Hannah for a little bit because we'd played a game a couple of weeks ago, and she looked at me like she kind of knew me, but she couldn't know how she knew me, and so we talked a little bit. And she's not happy with Rome because Rome from Survivor kind of voted her out of the game that we were playing. So she's kind of still mad at him. Also, at the same time I was talking to Hannah, she was standing with Natalie, who looked at me, and this is Natalie from James's season, what is it, 18, 19? I can't remember the seasons anymore. But Natalie looked at me, and I started to ask her. I was asking her for a picture because I've never seen her. I don't think she's come to many of these things. And she said, "Have you been on Big Brother?" Like, she's serious too. It's like, no, you were on Big Brother. And it turns out, she said, I've never watched my season. I've never watched any seasons, and so I don't know anybody. And so, I mean, that was cool that she was there, and she did take a picture, so that was cool too. And who else was there? That Christine, Tommy's cousin, Christine, was there. That may have been the first event that she's been to that I'm aware of. So I just got a picture with her. Didn't get to talk to her very much, but she's very nice. Got a picture with her. I don't remember if I told you guys that I ran into Ava yesterday. Ava was not at the party, but I actually ran into Ava just out of the blue in the middle of New York, Herald Square. I just saw her, and I was like, Ava, and she was with her boyfriend, and she stopped, and we got a quick picture, and then she went on her way. So that was kind of a cool little moment. What other cool little moments can I think of? If you're not on Blue Sky, you should check it out, because I did post a picture, a couple of different pictures, but I did post a big group picture of everybody. I talked to Enzo. I'd never met Enzo before. Got a picture with him. I didn't even know he was on the show that night, even though I got the picture of him after he was on the show, but I didn't know he was going to be on the show, and I didn't notice it because I was not looking at the screen. But Enzo was fine. Enzo was a good guy. Who else? I did meet Morgan. I met of the current or the most recent group of alumni, right? I met Morgan, Will, Lauren, Catherine, Ashley. Am I forgetting anyone? Oh, Jimmy as well. Met Jimmy. Jimmy, I talked about this earlier. Jimmy's was very nice. They're all very nice. Jimmy's very intense. He's just something about him. He's just this very intense person about him that kind of is like, I don't know, man. He could be scary to play with, I think. But he was very nice. Great picture. He's smiling in the picture he took with me. So, anyways, overall, very good time. Feeds kick off in a few hours here. I will be back in Indiana by that time. I will probably jump online tomorrow at some point to give you guys an update as far as who's nominated, what the power veto situation is. There's also some power that's going to be announced tonight that America can vote on during Unlock, so you might check that out. We'll talk about that tomorrow. And then we'll hopefully get into a regular cycle of stuff, because so far it's been crazy. And as happens now, this is the third year in a row I've gone to New York. I'm kind of a bit discombobulated when things get rolling, but it's been fun, and I wish it wasn't over, but another part of me is glad it is, because I'll be glad to be home and kind of get back to some level of normalcy, if there is such a thing when Big Brother is on, right? So thank you for your support. Thank you for listening. Anybody who's new to listening to this, thank you for checking it out. And we'll just talk to you all later. See ya. Thanks. Bye-bye.